The Expanding Recovery Pathways Summit is coming up this Tuesday, and here to explain is Greg Descharet. He's the Community Engagement Director for the Grove Recovery Center. Good morning, Greg. How's it going?
Hey, it's going well. How about yourself?
Good. Thanks so much for being
here.
Tell me a little bit about the summit that's coming up.
Sure. So I work with the Grove Recovery Center. We're a substance use treatment center. We have a residential facility in Sorrento, outpatient clinic here, and soon to be in Gonzales. But as you probably know, there's an opioid crisis raging across the country, and we treat a lot of people who are experiencing those disorders. But we came from kind of historically, there's been an abstinence-only approach to substance abuse. Like if you were using medication to support your recovery, it was kind of looked down on. And just at the beginning of the year, we started providing medications for opioid use disorder, which is really a best practice that has really developed steam and evidence that it really can save lives, it can reduce relapse, and really address the overall opioid crisis. So we've teamed up with some organizations, Baton Rouge Health District, Bridge Center for Hope, and a number of other treatment centers, and partnered with some of the big companies that really produce and develop these medications, Indivior and Braeburn. And we've planned this summit, so basically we're bringing together some of the leading experts around the country. We have Dr. Prasako, who's coming from University of Houston, Dr. Prasad from Tulane, Dr. Buckner from LSU, also Dr. Horace, and so really we're going to be bringing together folks trying to educate the community, trying to reduce some of that stigma, and basically give people a better idea of how we can better serve people experiencing substance use disorders, their families, and really the community at large. So.
Right, absolutely. And when you see those kind of positive effects, why is it so important to help kind of reduce that stigma, especially for like family members trying to support people going through that process?
Sure, because the stigma really, one, it prevents people from getting into recovery or getting treatment services because they feel like they're being looked down upon. Also, the community at large and families even can struggle with knowing how to really support people and help them, get into recovery. And so really reducing that stigma is a really, big part of it. Also, there's a lot of stigma around these medications. So people feel like, oh, if I use these medications, it's going to not really count as full recovery because I'm still taking something. So we really need to educate people about the benefits of utilizing these medications along with other, recovery techniques and resources.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's kind of getting you in the right direction, then there's a lot more benefits than outweigh everything else.
It's really shown to save lives, and that's the biggest thing that we're wanting to do at the Grove is not only save lives but change lives, because we know families are devastated not only when they lose a loved one to addiction, but just when they're dealing with the ramifications of often someone with addiction is just like a tornado raging through the family's lives.
Right. It's always a very difficult situation to navigate. So glad there are resources like you guys out there to help. Any last details you want to let us know about the summit, date, time, and for people to join y'all?
Sure. It's this coming Tuesday from 8:30 to 4:30 at Pennington Biomedical Center. And again, we're going to be having some great presentations, a lot of discussions, a lot of the community coming together. So we'd love people to join us. We're pretty much full, but we do have a few spots available. If you go to bit.ly.recoverypathways, you can find more information there, or you can check out us on Facebook at thegroverecoverycenter.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Greg, for telling us a little bit more about that. We'll have all that information for you over on the 9 News app, too, if you're interested in going. Thanks for stopping by.